बुद्धियुक्तो जहातिह उभे सुकृत दुष्कृते tasmat yogaya yujvasya yogah karmasu kaushalam. Today we are going to talk about the yogas in Vedic astrology. Yoga in Vedic astrology is vast. You cannot cover this in a 10-minute video. But today we are going to try and grasp as much as we can. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibes and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. If you're not following me on Instagram, this is my ID. Follow me on Instagram. Direct message me on Instagram for the instant reply. Or you can put your questions into the comment section below. Yoga has different meanings to it. Yoga literally means skill in action. In chapter 2, verse 50 of Bhagavad Gita, Buddhiyukto jahatiha ubhe sukrita dushkrute tasmat yogaya yujvasya yoga karmasu kaushalam. Yoga literally means skill in action. Yoga has different meanings to it. Yoga popularly is known as the asana form of it, like we do the Surya Namaskara or we do different types of asana, Hatha yoga and all that stuff. But today's video is not about that yoga. Today we are going to talk about yogas in Vedic astrology. Yoga literally means union of planets. Union of planets is yoga. You have Jupiter and Moon in so and so house, you will have Gajakesari yoga. If you have Sun and Mercury conjunct, you will have the Buddhaditya yoga. Buddha is Mercury, Aditya is the name for Sun, the Sun god. Okay, so if you look at this, you might find this as the conjunction. It is the conjunction of Sun and Mercury, Moon and Jupiter. But these are the yogas, Gajakesari yoga and the Buddhaditya yoga. The most essential part of any yoga is the planet. Planet is the living consciousness. In our Bhavat Bhavam series, we are talking about house to house relationship. We are not talking about planets, but yogas are specifically about the planets. You cannot have a yoga without a planet. Yoga literally means union in Vedic astrology. Union of the planets is yogas in Vedic astrology. You can have union of planets through conjunction, aspects, and the yogakaraka nature of the planet itself. But yogas has to be the planetary alignments. The most important component of the yogas is the planet. You cannot have any yoga without a planet. Okay, so let's get started with the yogakaraka. Yogakaraka is nothing but a planet which is giving a good result for specific ascendants. Each ascendant has the rulership. Some planets will rule the Dushtana houses, some planets will rule the Kendra houses, some planets will rule the Trine houses. But when a planet rules the Kendra house as well as the Trinal house, that planet becomes a Yogakaraka planet for that ascendant. Let's take an example. For Leo ascendant, Mars is Yogakaraka. Why? Mars rules Scorpio and Aries. Scorpio is in the 4th house and Aries is in the 9th house. 4th house is the house of the moksha. 4th house is the Kendra house. 4th house is the first Kendra house, which is a moksha trikona house. 9th house is the trinal house. 9th house is a bhagyasthan. Okay, both these houses are ruled by Mars. That is why Mars is a Yogakaraka planet for the Leo ascendant, and it gives good result for Leo ascendant people. Okay, so this is the first stage for the yogas. Yogas can also be formed by the conjunctions. Let's take an example of the very well-known yoga, that is Gajakesari Yoga or Buddhaditya Yoga. What is Buddhaditya Yoga? Buddhaditya Yoga is a conjunction of Sun and Mercury. Ravi Buddha Yuti. Yuti is conjunction. So when you have Sun and Mercury conjunct, you have Buddhaditya Yoga. It is a very common yoga. Many of the charts you will find this yoga. Then you can find Moon is conjunct the Jupiter. This is a Gajakesari Yoga. But these are the conjunctions, right? These are the conjunctions. These are the specific conjunctions which are creating these yogas. But before we labeling it as yoga, these are the conjunctions. So conjunctions form the yogas in Vedic astrology. If you have not watched my conjunction video, go check out the conjunction video. You will have a better idea about the what is conjunction in Vedic astrology. So third is the lordship of the planets. It is yogas is all about planets. Once again, I'm repeating this again and again. Yogas are all about the planets. The third stage of the yogas can be aspect, like the Parivartan Yoga. Sun is in the sign of Mars, Mars is in the sign of Sun. So Sun Mars has exchange yoga, the Parivartan Yoga. This is very powerful. The exchange yoga is far more powerful. So if you have more and more exchange yogas, the horoscope becomes powerful. The next level to the yoga is a classical yoga. What do I mean by classical yoga? There are 5 classical yogas which are known as Panchamahapurush yogas. Panchamahapurush yoga are the classical yogas. We'll talk about these yogas in a different video. But as of now, just remember these are very classical yogas when a certain planet is exalted or in its own Rashi in a Kendra house, that is 1, 4, 7, 10, it forms the Panchamahapurush yogas. Okay, and Rahu and Ketu are not considered for Panchamahapurush yoga. Pancha is 5, so 5 planets are considered for the Panchamahapurush yoga. Okay, so let's move on to the next. There are different types of yogas. Like Raj Yoga, we have heard about Raj Yogas several times. There are Dhana Yogas, the wealth giving yogas. What is yoga again? Yoga in the Dhana Yoga literally means the planetary alignments. When you have the planetary alignments which are mentioned into the text, classical text, they will give the names to it. The Sanskrit name to it will have a indication of its meaning to it. So if you are able to understand the Sanskrit meaning to it, you will have a better hold of that yoga. And there will be thousands of yoga. If we start counting one by one, I think we will not be able to cover it for next 2 years. The different types of yogas is Dhana Yoga, Raj Yoga, Arishta Yoga, Parivartan Yoga, all this. Yogas can be categorized with reference to the sun and with reference to the moon. These are very prominent because sun is your soul, moon is your mind. So what are the yogas which will have the impact on your mood, good or bad? What are the yogas which will have impact on your sun? That is why we took an example of a Buddhaditya, the Sun Mercury, and the Gajakesari, that is the Moon Jupiter. Okay, this is just the beginning of the yoga. We might have to create one more video on yogas. Let us summarize what are yogas in Vedic astrology. Yoga literally means union of planets. Yoga literally is the combination of planets giving specific results which are observed by the ancient scholars, rishis, and which they have put into the classical text. Okay, so yogas can be formed with the aspect, conjunction, exchange, or the yogakaraka nature of the planet itself. Okay, So first we have the Yogakaraka planet for each ascendant. Then we have the conjunctions for the planet which are creating the yogas in Vedic astrology. Then we have the lordships. In Yogakaraka also it is all about lordships, but lordships of the specific houses create the specific yogas. So for Dhana Yoga, the wealth giving houses and the lords and the relationship between them through aspect conjunctions exchange is judged, and it gives the Dhana Yogas. Then we have Raj Yogas. Raj Yogas are nothing but the best planetary combination or planetary alignments. So yes, this was yogas in Vedic astrology as much as I could hold, grasp and share with you guys. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. You'll be getting Vedic astrological videos just like this one. Keep watching Pramanik Astrology channel. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you aren't already. And, and, and sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibes. See you in the next videos. Love and peace.